Baby Blue Tongue Skink season is finally here.
And today we're going to show you guys how we get these cute little babies started.
Alright guys, so the breeding season comes and goes super quick, and before you know it, we have gravid females. Now, I'm going to move very slowly and kind of show you guys what a gravid female looks like. This female here is obviously gravid. You can see she is absolutely just about to pop. You can see her back right here, like the thickness is not just wide, but it's also, you know, from the bottom to the top right here. Now, Blue Tongue Skinks in particular, right before they're about to lay babies, sometimes they will shed. So hopefully this is a good sign. Now, when they're this big, they're gonna start to go off of food. They're not gonna eat as much because they're gonna be so full. And you will actually see like their tail, they'll start to thin out a little bit. But don't worry, it's completely normal. And you see she's not happy. She doesn't want me messing with her, so I'm gonna leave her alone. But it's very important that when they are this gravid, you don't mess with them too much. You don't want to, like, you know, move her or in any sort of way that's going to actually harm her or the babies. Want to make sure she has water, and you know, you can still try to feed them, but generally they're not going to eat very much. I'm going to leave this girl alone, and we're going to show you what a female looks like that just gave birth.
So what I have right here in my hands is this beautiful female. She actually gave birth a couple days ago, and this is what they look like after giving birth. They're gonna look a little depleted. Their spine's gonna be coming out. Their hips are gonna be drained and showing. This girl in particular had 14 babies in her for a few months. So that's a lot. First thing I wanna do as soon as they give birth is make sure they're hydrated, either by soaking her or making sure she has clean water in her water bowl, very important. Then I wanna try to get a lot of meals in her. Generally, I feed Blue Tongue Skinks about like once a week, but for females that just gave birth, I like to do it 2 to 3 times a week just to make sure they get that weight back very fast. I think it's very important, especially for the following season. So something that also can happen with blue tongues is when they're draining all their resources to the babies, their tails can kink up. Why? Because they're taking all those resources that they have left for the babies, and sometimes their tails will get very thin, and it's very normal for it to kink up. Doesn't always happen, but it does happen sometimes. Like I said, it's very normal, nothing to worry about, and this girl will bounce back and be better than ever.
Blue Tongue Skinks give live birth, so one day you will open up the enclosure and your female will be there laying with a bunch of little babies. Now, baby Blue Tongue Skinks are very resilient. Their first meal is gonna be that sack or that, you know, gooey stuff that they are born with, and they'll actually eat that up, and that's what's gonna get them going. When you're setting up your baby Blue Tongue Skink, you wanna set them up basically like you set up an adult. Now, you could start off with the mulch right off the bat, or you could give them like paper towel substrate just to keep it cleaner for the first couple days of its life. What we give the baby Blue Tongue Skinks here is basically a big water dish. You wanna make sure that any baby animal has enough water to not dehydrate. Babies are very susceptible to dehydration, so they have to have water bowls at all times. We give them a hide on the hot side of the enclosure, mulch substrate that they can also bury themselves under, and here is our little baby Blue Tongue Skink. This guy is a little feisty one, and I personally like the feisty ones because that means they're vigorous and they're ready to attack life, and they will not give up. So a baby that's like this might look mean and some people might not want it, but honestly, this is the best baby that you could get. You know it's gonna thrive, right? At this size, we feed them a variety of different things. You can feed them insects, you can feed them cat food, dog food, a variety of different mixes, Rapashi grub pie, but this guy is so cute and he is ready to take my head off. So with a rack system just like this one, by the way, these are the best racks in the market. These are from Vision Racks, and the way these works is gonna have a heat cable running down the back, and it's gonna provide a hot spot in the back of the rack. Now these guys are gonna like it hot. Anywhere from 95 to 110 degrees is perfectly fine for these babies as long as they have where to escape the heat. Of course, any animal, especially babies, are gonna want to be able to thermoregulate and cool off if they need to.
From time to time, some females are gonna give you some weak babies. You know, it happens. Some of the things I like to do with weak babies is I like to make them eat some carnivore care. That is really, really good for them. Has a lot of electrolytes, has a lot of nutrients, a lot of vitamins. Extremely good for them, helps get them back on their feet. Honestly, these Vision Racks make it very easy to take care of some of these weaker animals. All these guys are individually housed. There's no one else bullying it. super lightweight. This is why I love these racks. Great for breeders. You can see we can have like over 70 bins here. Great for breeders. I love them. And you could also purchase them on our website. So some of the signs that the babies are weak is like the other one, it was super feisty. This one's not feisty at all, not too reactive. You see it kind of like sluggish when it walks. So these are normal signs. Also, usually the weak babies don't eat their placenta. A normal healthy baby, as soon as they're born, they have a nice fat placenta, and right away they get eating in, they eat it all. Some of these guys don't, and that's a good indicator that it is a weak baby. Might need some assist feeding. Sometimes they'll get these like wiggly arms. It's like they're not very strong. But with proper care, a lot of times these guys do bounce back and actually are very, very normal. Also, a good option, especially for some of these weaker animals, is like some liquidy food. I actually do like to give crested gecko diet as the first meal. Why? Because it's very easy for them to eat it and digest it. Super easy. Crested gecko diet is great. I don't feed it to them too much, just usually when they're first born or when they're a little weaker. Welcome back to Cooking with Manny. Today on the menu, Baby Blue Tongue Skink food. I'm going to show you guys what I like to feed them, sometimes how I like to mix it up. And also, I'm going to show you guys what I do for the weaker babies as well. So what I like to start all my Blue Tongue Skink diet with, wet dog foods, the staple, the base, everything. I particularly like to use Nature's Logic, either turkey or chicken flavor. That's going to be the base of all of my Blue Tongue Skinks diet from adults to babies. Next, I also do like to add some rapashi, either Bluey Buffet or grub pie. You make that a little different, not like typical crested gecko diet. What you do is you boil water and then you mix it with the powder, and it's gonna come out a nice gelatin like that. Blue Tongue Skinks usually never turn this down. See if we can get this little guy to eat. Usually I chop this up for that reason because it's a little big, but he's getting it. Tasty, right buddy? And now the chef's always got to try his own creation. So, all right, first time trying this, never tried this before. Oh God. Oh God. How do you guys like this? That is not good. Ugh. 0 out of 10 recommended. Do not try it, but the Blue Tongues absolutely love it. 10 out of 10 for them. So how I make the Blue Tongue Skink goop, and like I said, I start with some dog food, some delicious, juicy dog food. Get it out to a bowl. Oh, sorry, little guy. And I do like to make this very soft. Why? Because babies, they don't have as strong jaws. You know, they're not as good eaters as the adults. So I want to make sure it's as easy for them to eat as possible. That's one reason I love to add egg. Every animal, every baby blue tongue loves eggs. So what I do, crack the delicious egg, picked right from the chicken coop, right in there. Mix that up very well, and you're gonna see it makes it very sloppy, exactly how they love it. And pro tip, if you ever get a picky eater blue tongue, which really doesn't happen very often, a great thing to get them started on food is raw eggs. So look at that. He absolutely loves it. 10 out of 10. Boom. Best creation I've ever made for him. Look at that, trying to lick the spoon clean. All right, now it's my turn, guys. Psych! You really thought I was gonna eat some dog food. For some of the weaker babies, I love to use this critical care carnivore diet. It's a great recovery meal. It has a lot of fatty acids, a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrients, electrolytes, everything your animal really needs to help bounce back. We use that for all kinds of different animals here at TikisGeckos. For anything that's looking weak, it's gonna get a hit of that, and it usually does wonders. You're gonna mix it with water, and it's gonna come out to like similar to a crested gecko diet consistency.
So now you guys know how to take care of your newborn baby blue tongue skink.
And some of these feisty little sausages are already up for sale from this proud, beautiful mama. Psych! You really thought I was gonna eat some dog food.
Alright, so are we sure we don't want to try?